Good morning. My name is Dickinson. This is a special honor for me on so many different ways. I get to introduce my beautiful daughter, Ann Dickinson. Ann is continuing a long family tradition here at Hutchinson. Her Aunt Peg Ross Dickinson and her Aunt Laura Dickinson Bird, or another one of Ann's aunts, is also a graduate. But enough about history. It's my pleasure to present Miss Ann Dickinson, one of the finest trap shooters in the entire state of Tennessee. Out of 800 shooters at the state championship, Ann scored higher than 790 to become the first Hutchinson varsity trap shooter to shoot a 98 and female state runner-up. Ann was a late passé living at this past season, an ideal choice because of her astute fashion sense. That fashion sense also led her to the premier men's and women's clothing store in the city. She works part-time at Oak Hall. When not shooting, studying, or work, she loves spending time with her family and her 160-pound mastiff, Elena. Again, it's a pleasure to introduce my daughter, Ann Dickinson.
I've never been a very competitive person. As a child, I tried every sport from soccer to tennis and even cheerleading. I quit soccer after a game in 4th grade because a girl from the opposing team bumped into me, so I decided to cry and pretend to be hurt. However, to be perfectly honest, I think I was just tired of standing in the cold. Then in middle school, I tried my hand at tennis. Anna Threckeld and I became the unstoppable A-squared doubles team. But again, I think we were just in it for the cute tennis skirts and our weekly post-practice snack trips to get ice cream. Sophomore year, I made the abrupt decision to join the trap shooting team. The trap team was at that point only a small second-year team that consisted of 6 members. After attending a short interest meeting, I was instantly hooked and ready to join. After 2 months of safety classes, supportive practices, and a lot of waiting, I was finally ready to step onto the field for my first tournament. I can picture that early morning perfectly. It was a cold Saturday morning in February when we were greeted by the varsity team and coaches with hand warmers, donuts, and hot chocolate. Being that it was my first ever trap tournament, I was extremely nervous. After we had finished our 100 rounds, we were greeted once again with congratulations, and I noticed that my anxiety had completely disappeared. It was at that moment that I realized that I had found one of my passions, and ever since that first match, I have had the pleasure to watch the team improve and grow continuously larger each year. I am passionate about trap because it has become more to me than just another extracurricular activity. Unlike all the other sports I've played, trap shooting allows me to overcome my anxiety. Instead, when I step onto the field, I automatically feel comfortable, and sometimes I even feel an overwhelming sense of peace. When I look past the trap houses and see the serene length encompassed by trees, I find the consistency calming. Every round, my eyes lock onto the small orange clay target as my mind focuses on the task at hand. Then with the touch of my finger, the target explodes like a firework and disappears into the wind. When I shoot trap, I am able to forget about everything else I need to accomplish, and it has taught me to focus on only one task at a time. My passion for the sport also comes from my strong determination to break the common stereotype that trap shooting is a male-oriented sport. I've always taken pride in breaking such stereotypes. When I was young, I alternated between smock dresses and my personal favorite outfit that consisted of khaki Bermuda shorts, camouflage t-shirt with accessorized with dangly plastic clip-on earrings. I was so determined to be tough as a child that I even decided one day to pick up a mouse in a mouse trap because all the adults wouldn't touch it to throw it away. Needless to say, the situation did not turn out well when I proceeded to scream and throw the mouse trap across the room when the mouse's tail started to twitch. With my trap shooting, I continue to break those stereotypes in a completely different manner. When I have a conversation with someone and the topic of what sport I participate in comes up, I hesitate. They always have a slightly confused look on their face when I answer with, "I'm on the trap team." And the reply usually consists of something like, "So you run on the track team?" I cannot help but smile because this scenario is inevitable. I must then proceed to explain that I shoot on the Hutchinson trap team, and the stranger's puzzled look turns into a surprised expression. The conversation usually continues with me answering questions about my gun or how the sport even works because they don't expect a female to know more about the sport than they do. They continue the stereotype of trap being a male-dominated sport, when in reality, female teams are changing the future of the sport. Trap shooting has become an integral part of my life. It has provided me with a close circle of friends from all around the world and has become a hobby for my dad and I, even though sometimes I think he's more into it than I am. Trap shooting is empowering and has taught me to be confident in all of my endeavors. I would like to finish with a quote from the famous female shooter Annie Oakley. "Aim at a high mark and you will hit it. No, not the first time, not the second, and maybe not the third. But keep on aiming, keep on shooting, for only practice will make you perfect. Finally, you'll hit the bullseye of success." Thank you.